Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Mario Florima, and I'm the #1 educator in the Amazon FBA asset recovery space. And today we will be talking about trademark versus copyright versus patent. Guys, getting hit with an IP complaint is every Amazon seller's worst nightmare. I mean, you're just trying to run your business, and suddenly everything stops. In this breakdown, we're going to cover exactly what you need to do for crisis response and how to build long-term prevention strategies. So imagine waking up to a totally suspended account. It's scary, but we're going to fix it. Okay, now we are talking about what an IP complaint actually is. It's a formal report from a brand owner claiming you infringed on their rights. These are not just warnings. They trigger immediate action. You have to understand that Amazon operates under a suspend first, ask questions later rule. So in other words, they assume you're guilty until you can prove you're legitimate. Now we're getting into the specifics. There are 3 main types: trademark, copyright, and patent. Trademark is about brand confusion. Copyright is basically creative theft, like copying photos. Patent is copying a functional design. Amazon does not care about your intent. They only look at compliance and documentation. If you're copying brand names without permission, you're going to have a bad time. Here's where this becomes very real. Someone listed a product using a popular brand name, even though the item wasn't officially from that brand. At the same time, they copied product images from another listing. And without realizing it, the product design itself was already patented. So in one listing, they triggered all 3 violations: trademark, copyright, and patent. A few days later, multiple complaints came in at once. The listing was removed immediately because, guys, Amazon doesn't look at your intent. They look at what you actually did. Now let's break down why this actually happens. Usually it's unauthorized sourcing, like buying from random liquidation pallets, or maybe you're misusing brand terms, saying something is compatible with Apple in the title. Yeah, that doesn't work. Content copying is another huge trap. Taking competitor descriptions or manufacturer photos will get you caught immediately. Hope that makes sense. Okay guys, now let's break this down because the consequences are brutal. Your listing is instantly removed. Boom. Gone. No warning at all. That means total revenue loss for that product. Your cash flow stops instantly and your account health score takes a massive hit. Guys, it moves you one step closer to a complete account suspension. Now let's talk about escalation. If you miss the 17-day response deadline, you stay deactivated. If you have multiple complaints, their system recognizes the pattern and shuts you down automatically. No clear supply chain documentation, they suspect counterfeits. You must act within 48 hours. Amazon does not care about your excuses here. Okay guys, now we're getting into the real issue, your internal investigation. Go to performance, then account health, and click product policy compliance. You need to locate the exact intellectual property violation and document all the critical details right away. Capture the ASIN, the case ID, the complainant's name, and exactly what Amazon is requiring you to do. A retraction is your absolute fastest path to reinstatement, usually resolving within 24 to 72 hours. It completely bypasses Amazon's super long internal review. If you can get the rights owner to withdraw their claim, Amazon reinstates you immediately. So in other words, it's much more reliable than an appeal if your proof is strong. Now let's move into the next page. How do you actually contact them? You need to use a professional email template. Your subject line needs to clearly state the ASIN and case ID. Keep your tone polite and completely non-confrontational. Attach your documentation proving authenticity right away and explicitly ask for a retraction. Now we're diving into what Amazon actually looks at. They don't want a generic email saying we withdraw the complaint. They reject those immediately. The retraction must go to notice-dispute@amazon.com, include the specific ASIN, the original case ID, and it must come straight from the original complainant. Anything less, and you're going to have a bad time. Okay, now we're talking about how this really works. If you have to appeal, you need a 3-pillar plan of action: root cause analysis, what actually broke down, corrective actions, what have you already fixed, and preventative measures. How are you stopping this permanently? It's your blueprint to prove you are in total control. Now we're talking about what actually matters here. Amazon expects you to understand the process gap. Saying, "I didn't know," or "it was a simple mistake," is weak. A strong root cause sounds like, "Our sourcing process lacked chain of custody verification. Show them the specific operational failure." Okay guys, now we are talking about something very important. You need to prove you took immediate action. Use past tense language only. Tell them you removed all affected ASINs, quarantined the inventory, and updated product listings to remove any unauthorized branding. Prove your actions. Don't just promise you'll do it later. Hope that makes sense. Now we're diving into building systems that protect your account long term. You need a supplier verification gate, meaning you demand signed authorization letters before buying anything, implement pre-listing checklists, and weekly account audits. You have to understand that Amazon evaluates your durable systems, not your empty promises. Okay, let's talk about the official appeal path. Inside Seller Central, find your IP complaint and click the official appeal button. Never use email or forms for this. Submit only one appeal per case, keep your language purely factual with no emotions, and upload your POA and documents in one clean file submission. This is where most sellers mess up the process. One account we reviewed kept jumping between emails, forums, and multiple appeal submissions. They thought more messages would speed things up, but instead it created confusion on Amazon's side. Nothing was structured, nothing was clear. So the case kept getting delayed. Once everything was consolidated, one clean appeal, one proper submission through the official channel, that's when the review actually moved forward. Because in other words, the process only works when you follow the process. Now we're getting into one of the most critical parts. Amazon's documentation checklist is non-negotiable. You need invoices with your full business name and matching UPCs. You need authorization evidence like distribution agreements. Amazon will call your suppliers to verify this. If your paperwork is fake or sloppy, you're going to have a bad time. Now let's break this down properly. What if the retraction fails? You have escalation paths. You can contact seller support directly or email the dispute team with a massive evidence package. For totally invalid copyright claims, you can file a formal DMCA counter notice. If brands are just being abusive and retaliating, you might need to involve an attorney. Okay guys, moving on to the next page. You have to build a fortress around your business. Only source from authorized distributors and verify them in writing. Create your own original content, take your own photos, and write your own descriptions. Also, use IP alert tools like the Chrome extension to flag high-risk brands automatically before you even source them. Now we're moving into the next page. Looking at real cases, speed is everything. We had an electronic seller recover in 3 days just by revising their listing language and providing supplier docs fast. An apparel brand beat a false counterfeit claim in 5 days with complete supply chain proof. So in other words, proper documentation wins every single time. Guys, if you are stuck and don't know what to do next, do not navigate this crisis alone. Echelon Profit System specializes in turning suspended accounts back into thriving businesses. Hope you guys found value in today's video and have a more clear understanding of what Amazon thinks when this suspension happens. If this video provides value, please like, share, and subscribe for more helpful content. If you're an Amazon reinstatement consultant and you're looking to see if you qualify to be in our Rios Inner Circle group, then feel free to check out the links below in our description section. We host free masterclasses every week where we dive more into specific topics like these and give you more details on how you can better assist your clients while saving you time, money, headaches, and most importantly, protect your business assets moving forward like always. See you guys next time.